Hey, welcome back to another writing vlog. I was thinking today about how it's funny how my process has kind of evolved over the last few months of making these vlogs. Like now, if I can make myself do the first step, which is filming this clip and kind of talking about what I'm going to do, that somehow tricks my brain into thinking that it's not quite so immensely difficult to start, and or at least maybe I half agree with that and half think it's still really difficult to start. But yeah, I have a bit of time before I'm gonna get tired, and I'm gonna use that time to write. Currently sitting on 63,435 words, and it would be great if I got to 64 because I kind of do it in 1,000-word increments. That just feels usually like a natural stopping point for me. If I get almost halfway to that number or that whole 1,000 in a session. Yeah. What else? In an other related bookish update, I put the price down on my debut novel, First Do No Harm, and I got this. I had review credits on Book Raw, which is like a review site that gets people interested in leaving you a review on Amazon and Goodreads and stuff in exchange for a credit, and then they can spend that credit getting a review for their book. But I had like 8 stored, and as soon as I put the price down, I changed it there, and I got this influx of sales. So my book's actually the highest it's ever been on the Amazon charts, which is crazy to see those numbers. I kind of, you delusionally hope when you start that your book's going to sell a lot, and then you kind of get a swift reality check. At least that's my experience. And then to have, I don't know, 7 sales in a very short period of time, it's kind of bumped up the graph dramatically, and it's weird to look at. But anyway, yeah, that's my little life update, and I suppose I should stop yabbering and get into writing. So to give a little bit of context, this is the chapter my document was open on, or I closed my document on. I think I made the decision last time that chapter 30 was complete, or complete for this draft. It's shorter than I'd like it to be, but I think it ended on a good note. So now I'm on chapter 31, and I've written a bit of it, more than a bit, about half, but now I need to switch gears and kind of move on to another scene. So I'm still not really sure about this time jump. So this is like a big significant time jump. The last 2 chapters, this is the time there. 2 chapters are in 1973, and then I'm jumping to 2010. So unsure whether there's too much in between. There needs to be more chapters in between that time jump, but for this draft, I'm kind of leaving it as that. Anyway, let's do writing. So that is 600 words written in less than 50 minutes. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the time jump. I'm not sure whether it's too much happening and I need more in the story. Yeah, that's my biggest takeaway. I like the chapter that I'm writing. I think it's good. I think it's valuable. I think it's a new direction to take the story in, which, you know, was kind of needed. I feel like I spent a lot of time with young Harriet. Like, most of the book is young Harriet, and it feels good to be writing from the perspective of her when she's older, because she just knows more. Like, she's a more well-rounded person. She kind of has more opinions. She's more interesting to write. But yeah, that is my takeaway from that. I will see you next time I'm writing. Okay, cut to then. Welcome back. Look at this. It is sunlight and I am preparing to start writing. This is a shocking development. Are you shocked? Because I am low-key a little bit shocked. Yeah, the night writing routine, it is working for me, but then I can't wind down and I go to bed at 3 a.m. So it's a little bit also not working. So I'm trying to start a bit earlier today. It is currently 4:26 p.m. and I finished all my other work. So yeah, let's get into the novel. And we're working on chapter 31. I think chapter 31 is going to be on the longer scale for what I usually write, because she still has to drive home, and then there has to be another scene where we introduce more of her family life and what's taken place over the time jump. So yeah, that should be fun, creating some new characters, her children, which I haven't really, I've mentioned them in passing, but I haven't really thought about what I'm doing with them yet. So that is kind of where we're at with that chapter. I don't know whether I'm going to get it finished in this session, but I'm going to give it a red hot crack and I will update you as we progress. Okay, I'm back. I got about 500 words written in that last little sprint. Yeah, it was a lot of transitional stuff, which I don't know that I'm that good at. It's kind of hard to you need transitional bits in there to get between things and to kind of, especially with the time jump, there's a lot that's happened that I've got to inform the reader about, but it doesn't feel that compelling to write. Maybe it's better to read. I don't really know until I read over it, but yeah, just a little bit dry, hard to make interesting. Maybe it is interesting, I don't know. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. I think I'm probably gonna leave this now and go and make dinner and then come back later in the evening and try and get the other 500 words done. So that's the plan. Okay, so as everyone can now see and expected, it is much later. And I have come back to write another 480 words. At least that is the goal. I feel like I should definitely make something happen in the part of the chapter I'm continuing with. Yeah, I'm not really sure what. It's kind of like a scene of introducing a character that becomes important for the last little bit of the story. So it needs to be kind of a bit grabbing and make you kind of communicate a few key points about them, chiefly being that they're young, a bit reckless, not really wise about the world yet, and that kind of contrasts with Harriet and her kind of knowledge that she's acquired over all the years that have elapsed in the time jump. So yeah, that's the general gist, and I'll probably see you if I get it finished. Wish me luck. I made it. 65,000 words. Woo. Yeah, I'm happy with how that chapter ended. It was a bit more confrontational than I think I wanted it to be, but I think that's okay. Yeah. I did start chapter 32, so I think I'm going to have to add more to my plan, my outline of where the story's going. I think it's going to feel too short and hollow if I just do what I planned, but I'm going to add it on a as needed basis. Like, as I'm going through, if I see something I can add, then I'm going to add it. I'm not going to plan more yet. I'm going to finish what I planned and then reassess. But yeah, that's the update. I will see you sometime soon in the future for our next writing session. I think this video is probably going to end up being longer than the last few, but maybe you're still watching. Maybe I'm talking into the void. Who knows? Hey, I'm back. I've been sitting in front of the camera for a little while now, and it's late, but I have time to write, and I know I should write, but I just feel so tired. And it's become like this internal struggle where I can't decide what to do. So the past probably 15 minutes has been just me umming and ahhing over whether I should work on the novel tonight. And I feel like it's important to show this part of the process because I think for a lot of people, this is the process. Like, you have days where you have other commitments and like stuff is going on in your life, and like not a lot of people get perfect dedicated time to write. You kind of have to work it around other things. And so for me, that means staying up very late at night and doing it. But yeah, tonight it's not really working. So I think the next clip will either be me in the document telling you about what I'm planning to do and what I'm doing, or it'll be on a totally different day because, yeah. Ugh. Hey, so I'm back. It's a few minutes later. I did manage to get the document open, but I'm so tapped out. There is nothing in my head that's going to come out good on a page tonight. And I think sometimes you do need to recognize that. Like, it's important to push through, but also if the quality is not going to be good, there's no point in, yeah. Especially because I want the end of this book to be good. I want it to kind of be compelling, and I want to finish the story off on a good note. But yeah, I think I have enough clips for this video now, so this will be the end of the video. Thank you as always for watching. It really, you know, like, I don't even have, like, I know I'm only getting 30 views, but I don't even have 30 friends, so it feels really, really cool that people are interested enough to kind of watch my journey. And yeah, it's mind-boggling. But leave me a comment, tell me what you're working on. As always, I'm interested. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay, bye.